In this video, we're going to walk through setting up your free accounts with backtestbroker.com. So here we are at the home page. We're going to, we're interested in this case, we'll do a free account. So the way you do that is going here to register, fill in our info. Okay, here we go. So we just finished our registration, and we are now, we just finished our registration, so now we're going to go through adding some of the first strategies to our account. So if we go here to the scanner, we can see here's the the free scan that's available that looks to the last tests up to 1 million different strategies for the last 5 months on this particular index. So we click here to see more. So here are the back-tested strategies. So in this case, let's look at ones with maybe a few more trades. We'll narrow the list down to ones with 10 or more. So I'm going to filter this by I'm going to add this, I'm going to click on this strategy. So now it's loaded it into the backtester. And before we do that, if you're wondering, these fields on the left are all from here over, are all describing the performance of that backtested strategy on a per trade basis. The fields on the right are the parameters to replicate the strategy that are going to get loaded into our backtester screen that we just looked at. And here's some more info as well. If you right click on this box, it'll stay, and then you can click here to get even more detail about each particular field. So here it's loaded in here, and from here we can see detail on this strategy. So we're gonna look at the detailed backtest from here. Here we go. As we knew, the performance is pretty good. In this case, our holding period is 3 days, which is no coincidence. That's where the highest of all the different holding periods, this is where that has the highest return. If you want to refresh these graphs for a different holding period, it refreshes all the graphs, but this one, you can see the results are different, and the sample sizes are different too. So let's go back to our optimal strategy. Looks pretty good. If you want to see what any of these details about any of these graphs mean, just put your mouse over. Looks like that one got cut off. There we go. Now what I'm going to do here too is I'm going to do what's called not a sample test. You know, one of the downfalls, one of the challenges with this sort of activity is you can find, if you look through enough data, you're going to find good results. So another kind of filter or hurdle you can put your test through is called out of sample testing, where this strategy only looked at data through 430. So an extra test you can put it through is to say, okay, well, if I look at future data, future from the perspective of this strategy, which ends on 430, how did that perform? This was averaging 0.6 a trade, 85% win rate. Last trade I made was April 19th. Let's try modifying this, and let's test it through yesterday. Same strategy, everything, but now we're going to give it a little more data. So this is, there we go. How did it do? So there's 2 trades that occurred since then. April 30th occurred during that day, but it was unknown how the trade would have occurred on that day, and the strategy couldn't have known how it performed. So it's fair to use that one too. And you can see they both 0.1% return and almost 1% return, which is above average actually. So to me that kind of confirms this strategy. So here's more detail too. So save it to your account. Here we go. Now the amount, besides kind of keeping track of it, would be to create an alert on it as well. This means when this every day we'll backtest the strategy for you again and tell you if it's, the conditions you're looking for occurred. So let's say we want this one to run at 2:30 p.m. Central Time. We'll add it. You can see the confirmation here. Boom, done. And you can see here as well that the alert's been set up. Here you go. So now we'll keep looking for that for you. And when that comes, you have an email in your inbox, and that's a great way for you to track, measure the performance when that email comes into your inbox. And after talking to your advisor, potentially trading that as well. Thank you very much.